Hi, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie. I'm your guide into the world of the Chinese language and culture. What we do here is I'll show you one expression a day and continue the next day with a new set of expression that connected by one or two shared characters from the previous day so that you can see how the language is working, how they build relationships between each other, and how each word is used in different contexts. So yesterday, we learned 如鱼得水. It talks about you put the person into the right condition, sort of like place an employee to the right job, and then that person, like a good fit for that person's condition, the right condition to operate, then that person will perform, fulfill what that person is capable, just like put fish into water. And here we use word 得, like as if like give water to fish, but in the context, it means put fish into the water. Today, we're going to continue with the word 得不偿失. Here we have concepts of opposite ideas. 得 means you gain something. So yesterday we explained the word composed by money, hand, and the act of transaction, right? So that scenario, the kind of transaction, becomes the word 得. And this word 失 is its opposite meaning, means loss. And okay, I'm not going by the sequence, but let's go to the 失 to show how it's also related to hand. So this is how the word character hand now looks like this, came from. So you can see you have the wrist and then the 5 fingers on there. But later on, people somehow place sideways stroke on top of it, as if in the hand you kind of holding something. And this word, you can see we have the hand portion over here on the left, and then something else at the almost like over here. There's something else, right? So that means something from your hand detached from your hand, let go. So that's describe the condition that you lose something no longer held in your hands. Okay, so there's two. We have gains and losses. That's what business do every day, right? To count their gains and losses, to see their bottom line. What color is that, right? 不, we already have it before, and we talked about a conditional tone. In this case, because the character after it is 长, is a rising tone. So you have falling and rising. It's kind of a good flow, instead of if it's followed by another falling tone, it's a 不, and then again, that would be difficult to say. So in that case, we switch that to rising tone, becomes a 不 and something else, right? So that's 不. 长 got 2 parts. So it got the sound maker and meaning maker. The sound maker is this person transformed. Okay, probably see this way. So okay, so we know person in its full form is like this, written like this, right? 2 strokes sideways, kind of supporting each other. That's how we see it. Or you have 2 legs, right? 1 stick figure with torso and 2 legs, that signifies a person. So when it's kind of when it's become part of another word, it's simplified into this form. So it's kind of sideways, like we're standing like there, but it got the two strokes still there to signify this is about a person. And the right side is 长, pronounced as 长. So that's the sound maker. That 长 by itself is the sense of taste. But here, obviously, it's nothing to do with taste. It's something to do with the person. So the person, and if it's pronounced as 长, that means you do something and somebody will pay you for that. So that's the act, also kind of like 得, like the transaction happening, like you expect to get paid. So that meaning was indicated as this is the transaction or the expectation of what you do, and you expect something in return. So that's the concept of worth. Like if you do something, you expect it will worth a certain value. And the full meaning of that, I translated as negative ROI. So ROI is return on investment. So it's invest of your time, your energy, even your money, right? So anything that you put in, that's your what you put in, right? And then 得不偿失 is what you put in is not worth what you get. So 失 in this case is actually what you put in. That's your investment in any of the forms, right? And then 得 is what you gain from that. So 得不偿失 is this act of, when you invest something, the return is not justified. It's below what you put in. So that's the kind of evaluation or calculating going on in people's mind. If they see something is not worth it, they will use this phrase, 得不偿失. And on the right hand, I have this abacus. That's it's the old way of Chinese, almost like accountant profession, like whoever we call it the 账房先生. It's like the chief accountant of a business. They're going to use this abacus at the end of each day. Like they will stand on their counter, use the abacus to add up all the incomes for that day. And it's a great invention to use this beads stringed on this poles to signify numbers. So for example, its original setting would be there are two segments, right? So the top portion is bigger number. Each bead signify number 5. And they stay on the top. You see, this is the original setting. And these numbers are, pressed down means, okay, that's in action. We have this 5 on the top. And then the beads, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beads at the bottom. And that if pushed upward toward the middle line, so that means it's 2 included. The original setting of that will be like this 5 beads all stay at the bottom. That's the default setting. So if they are in action, in use, the beads will be pushed toward the middle. So you have this motion of your fingers on the top, you get down the beads, and you have the thumb at the bottom, you push up the beads. So that's the motion. And when accountants do this, number counting or calculating, and they went through really fast, like the finger will go across the abacus and make very pleasant sounds, like almost like raindrops on the rooftops, kind of blah, 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 very fast. I saw that because when I was first grader, we learned that is a part of the the traditional way of calculating before the Texas Instrument calculator. And then in the East is the Casio, the Japanese brand of calculator, become popular in schools that we rely on electronic calculators. But before then, it was definitely the abacus. And that I hope is not a lost art or way of life, because it's really convenient. I'm not sure about multiplication, but definitely when it's deal with plus and minus, that goes very efficiently. You can just do this. And when you become fluent in how it operates, how it does multiplication and deduction, you can be abacus free almost. Like you can do this mental movement in your mind to do this plus and minus thing quickly and get the big numbers calculated that way. So that's the introduction of the old Chinese way of calculating. I appreciate your time. I hope to see you again tomorrow. We will learn a new set of words.